Hey there, Alan Mathews here. In this video, we're going to talk about positive and negative agendas in our guitar practice and how you can use them to grow faster as a musician. So in practice, we do three things pretty much constantly, ideally. Number one, and these are in no particular order, we avoid the things that we know that we don't want to do. These are common errors, mistakes, things that, musical things that we don't want to do. Don't accent the high note in a group of notes. Don't bicycle with your hand. Don't have weird angles in your hands, and don't scrunch up your face. All these things that we know that we're trying to not do. We have these. These are our negative agenda. Don't do that. Then we also have our technique and our positive agenda of our technique, which is I want things to be like this. I want my wrist to have really nice angles. I want my tone to be really beautiful. All these things. I want my phrases to go like this. I want my dynamics to move like this. These things that we practice in our technique practice with our scales. I want my string crossings to be clean. I want my whatever it is, my rhythm to be really clear. These are our technique, our technical positive agenda. And then third, the thing that we do, and this is kind of the big one, is that we project our musical ideas. And these are, in this particular song, I want it to be this way. So that way you're not just a note player, you're not just boring, boring, boring. Instead you can make it more alive. You can have the ideas that you come up with in your practice. What if I did it this way? What if I shortened that note? What if I made that note accented? What if I didn't accent that note? All these things that we decide, that we actively decide in our practice, then these are the big positive agenda. And this is where beautiful music comes from. Yes, we still have to avoid doing those other things. Yes, we still have to, have our good technique that we work on and everything else. But what really is powering the game when we actually play music for keeps, when we actually play for somebody, is this positive agenda of our musical ideas, projecting our musical ideas. So in your practice, when you are practicing, then you can isolate these. You can say, okay, well, I know that I've got the habit of touching the top of the guitar, and I know that I don't want to do that because it really stiffens up my hands. And so I'm going to actively practice something while just focusing on not doing that. And so then you're practicing correcting your negative agenda, and that's great. Same thing with your positive agenda with your technique. Then you can practice doing your arpeggios or your scales. You can practice your string crossings or your scale speed or whatever it is that you want to have happen. And then also when you're practicing your pieces, then you're working on eliminating the mistakes and everything and working through the issues of the piece, and also making little musical decisions so that you can project these are your musical ideas. You want to project these musical ideas and you want them to be audible to the people who are listening. So really exaggerate them in your practice so that whenever you go to actually play, then you've got something that you know the role of every single note, and every single note is driving in exactly the way that you want it to. And this is your big positive agenda. And so that's really where the beautiful music comes from. Of course, everything else goes into it and supports it, but that's the biggie. So, and then we have the positive agenda of our entire guitar life, which is, I want to have fun with this, I want it to be a good time, and I also want to increase my awareness of what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. So those two big things, if you can keep those in mind for the big picture, then that'll be good as well. So, in review, we avoid mistakes, we want good technique, and we want to project our musical ideas. The last one is the most important, but the other two are absolutely essential as well. Have fun. Please subscribe to this channel. Okay, bye-bye.